Hello students, welcome back after your first semester examination. Hope you all have done well in the exam. Children, now October month started. Now time has come to work really very hard. Other than these video lessons, now 3 to 4 hours self study or self practice is must. So children, please start working hard. And in this video lesson, now I am going to start new chapter, that is circle. Chapter 10, circle. Children, this circle is part of our unit 4. As I told you, unit 4 consists of 3 chapters, that is triangles, circles and construction, and this unit 4 carries 15 marks, right? So quite a good weightage. And triangle chapter we have already done before the exam. So now chapter 10, circles. So children, this circle concept, when you were in senior KG or junior KG, you all must have drawn one drawing. What is that? The sun, right? So how we draw that? So we draw one round shape and alternate long and short segments to show the rays of that sun. So that means this circle concept is introduced at the age of 3 to 4 years of your life, right? So when you were in a senior KG or junior KG, that time itself you come across this concept. So now let us define this circle in a proper geometrical language. So circle, it is a collection of or set of infinite number of points, and all these points, they are at a constant distance from a fixed point. That constant distance is called radius of the circle, and that fixed point is called center of the circle. And there are various examples around us like wheels, bangles, etc. So here in the diagram, point O is the center and distance OP denotes the radius of the circle. Now here a circle and a line PQ is given. So is there any common thing between these two geometrical figures? No. So such figures are called disjoint figures, right? Now let me move this line PQ slightly towards the circle such that it touches the circle, say at point A. So now this line PQ and circle, they have one point common in them, and which is that point? Point A. So now the same line PQ has become tangent to the circle, right? Same line, depending upon the position, its name changes. Now let me further move this line towards the circle. So now here line PQ is further shifted towards the circle. Now this time this PQ intersecting the circle at two distinct points, A and point B. So the same line PQ is now secant line. So line PQ is a secant line. So in this way, depending upon the position of that line, its name changes. So in this chapter, we are going to learn in detail about the circle, tangents and the properties related to them. So now let us define tangent to a circle. So a tangent to a circle is a line that intersects the circle at only one point, right? Now let us see some more important points related to this tangent. So point number 1, there is only one tangent at a point on the circle. So at a given point you can draw only one tangent. Now point number 2, there are infinite number of tangents to the circle. As circle consists of infinite number of points, so and at every point we can draw one tangent, so there are infinite number of tangents to the circle. Third point, the common point of the tangent and the circle is called the point of contact. So here point A, this point A is the point of contact. Yes. Now if you draw a circle on the plane of the paper, then that circle divides the plane in 3 parts. Let us see what are those. So here, so inside that circle you see some points. So a circle divides the plane on which it lies into 3 parts. Number 1, inside the circle, the points which lie in the interior of the boundary of the circle is called the interior of the circle. Now some points they lie on the circumference of the circle, so such points are called points on the circle. Now you can see 2 points, they are in the yellow region which are outside the circle, so such points are called exterior of the circle. Remember, so all those points whose distance from the center is greater than radius, all such points lie in the exterior of the circle. Children, remember this. So in this way, circle divides the plane in 3 parts. So this can be asked in fill in the blanks. Now we'll see the different components of the circle. You know this, let us quickly revise. So here the chord is the line segment having 2 endpoints lying on the circumference of the circle. So in the diagram, segment AB represents chord. The chord which passes through the center of the circle is called a diameter of the circle, right? And diameter is the longest chord, and all the diameters have the same length, which is equal to 2 times the radius. Now come to the arc. So what is arc? It is the part or piece of a circle between 2 points is called an arc. So what are the 2 points here? P and Q are 2 points marked on the boundary of the circle, right? So it is the part of the circumference of the circle. So that part or that piece of circle is known as arc, right? The longer one is called major arc and the shorter one is called minor arc. So the arc shown by yellow color is shorter, so it's a minor arc, and the remaining part is called major arc. And the length of the complete circle is called circumference of the circle. Now, chord divides the circular region, right? What is circular region? The interior of the circle and the boundary of the circle together form circular region. So what chord does? Chord divides the circle in two parts and each part is known as segment of the circle. So here the region between the chord and either of its arc is called a segment of the circular region or simply a segment of the circle. And there are two types of segments, major segment and minor segment. How will you identify that? The segment which contains the center of the circle is called major segment and the other one is called minor segment. Now come to the sector. So what is sector? The region between the arc and two radii. So consider that minor arc PQ and two radii OP and OQ. So the area bounded by two radii and that corresponding minor arc is called sector of the circle. If the arc is minor, corresponds to the minor sector and the major arc corresponds to the major sector. Now if I shift this point P and Q in such a way that this P, O and Q, they are along the straight line, what will happen? In that case, the circle will be divided into two equal regions and each region is called semicircular region, right? So when two arcs are equal, then each is a semicircle. Then both the segments and both the sectors become the same and each is known as a semicircular region. So in this way, I have just introduced the circle and different components of the circle. What is tangent, segment, sector, right? So from the next video lesson, we will start solving the exercise 10.1. So that's all for today's lesson, children. Goodbye.